I no longer need this. I have moved away from Makita, but only to a slightly darker green of Metabo, right? Last week, I had problem after problem with my Makita combi drill. Their older stuff has been going strong for years, and I've been a Makita man since 2006. And I just had enough. And yes, they're covered on a guarantee and I can get them repaired, but I just had enough of the newer tools, only 6 months old, 1 year old, completely failing and having to be sent off. So, not all brands are equal. I get that, right? And it's really hard as a sparky or as a tradesperson, when you commit to a tool, a power tool set, where you've got the batteries and the tools, it's really hard to come away from it because you're committed. You invest so much money into those tools and you want them to be reliable and last. So you tend to not jump ship very often, if at all. I know a couple of people who have, some for the better, some for the worse. Sometimes the grass isn't always greener. Hopefully on this occasion, I hope the grass is very green on this side. I asked the internet for some advice, which I don't recommend. But I also did my research. So we'll start with Hilti. Too expensive. Despite what you think, I can't afford Hilti. I can't afford Hilti. Solid and robust stuff. I used to have that in a previous job. Can't afford it. So they're out the window. Milwaukee. Again, solid stuff. I heard some good and bad things. Not all brands have good and bad points. I heard some good things about Milwaukee. A couple of friends of mine use Milwaukee. Makita, that would have been the cheapest option, but I was just fed up, right? Just fed up with the Makita stuff. DeWalt, I can't change to DeWalt. Too many of my mates have DeWalt, and I've mugged them off for so many years about what a rubbish tool brand they are that I couldn't possibly, I'd never hear the end of it. I couldn't possibly change to DeWalt. And then there's Bosch. Not really used Bosch. Heard mixed things again about it. So after much deliberation and research and asking the internet, I've gone for Metabo. Solid, robust, reliable, and that's what I want. I'm losing it with the more modern power tools that Makita are bringing out. So what power tools do I need as a sparky? So as I've made the jump from Makita to Metabo, what power tools do you need right away as a sparky, right? You need a combi and an impact to start with. Couple of batteries, charger. That's the first one. That's the most important one. It's quite a big investment when you jump from one brand to another. So you've got to make sure you get the right tools. And if you're just starting in the trade, these are the kind of things that you need to buy. Now, when I started, I bought them one at a time, slowly over months, because I was using the guy I was working underneath. I would use his tools, but slowly as the months went by and I saved up my pennies, I bought these things. The first thing I bought was a combi and an impact. That's the first thing I've got. The next thing you need is the faithful SDS. All right, hammer only and drilling hammer. Very important tool for a sparky for chasing out them boxes. What's the next thing you need? Grinder. 125mm grinder. All right, perfect for cutting uni-strut, metal trunking, and also they do a wood and plastics disc, so you can cut floorboards, lather and plaster. I use the grinder a lot more than I thought it would do. This was one of the later additions to when I was building up my power tool set. And the last one, or the penultimate one, is the multi-tool. A very, very important one. A lovely, lovely game changer. I remember when these came out. Perfect for cutting floorboards, notching floorboards, cutting plasterboard. I use this pretty much daily. And this is the Starlock. So it's different blades with these. Starlock, which I've heard really good things about. You can also buy concrete blades. So for cutting in, you've probably seen a million times me cutting in sockets with the concrete blades. The very last thing I got is skill saw for cutting floorboards, basically. But that's essential. So in my opinion, these are the essential power tools you need in being a sparky. Skill saw, the multi-tool, the grinder, the SDS, and the combi and the impact. I've heard really good things, so I'm really excited now. I'm like a kid in a sweet shop. I've got new power tools. I think I've got about 4 batteries. Metabo are at the Electro tomorrow. I'm going to go there tomorrow, and they've got a stand, and they're normally selling stuff, and they normally do stuff at reduced prices or special offers. There's things that I haven't got yet, that, like the radio. I really want a Metabo radio, so I'm going to see if they've got one on offer and maybe buy one tomorrow. I'm going to buy a couple more batteries. You can never have enough batteries for some reason. As a Sparky, I'm always looking for batteries. So I'm going to buy some more batteries, buy a radio, and I don't know if Metabo do it, but I would love to buy a vacuum if they do one, and a cut-off tool if they do one. But those aren't essential. I don't need those to do my job. These things I feel that you need to do your job as a Sparky. But the few little perks like the radio, the vacuum, the cut-off tool, things that I didn't get straight away, because it's a big investment jumping from one brand to another. Yeah, I look forward to trying it all out. Let me know in the comments below what you use. Do you use Metabo? Do you use Hilti? DeWalt, Makita? What do you think is the best power tool brand? So after messing around in my van, juggling around all the gear and going through all the power tools, I've managed to condense all my daily tools that I carry to a job. The multi-tool, the SDS, the combi, the impact, all the batteries and the charger into just the one box which contains the skill saw. That's a lot nicer and easier to carry around than the Makita bag I had, or the multiple Makita boxes. And then I've actually, despite the box, it contains the Metabo skill saw and the grinder, nice and neat in there. And then that will fit in my box racking at the back. And then that last one at the back there, and that just contains loads of SDS chisel bits, loads of SDS bits, HSS bits, all my drill bits. Anything that you need is all in that box there. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased how that's condensed down into that one box, to be fair. I'm looking forward to using these Metabo tools on site.